Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Canon Podcast, where you heal your mind with a fun story. Disclaimer: our guest speakers are willing to be here to share their experiences and ideas along with us. Please note that the contents of our show are based on our guest's point of view. Please listen with an open mind. So, without further ado, shall we begin our journey?
Aye, Captain!
So, hi everyone, welcome to Canon Podcast for our last episode. So today, what are we going to talk about, Neil?
So since we record this episode in the month of, love, I guess. We know what important event is going on is in this month. So, I want to ask you guys some questions. When we talk about Valentines, what is the first thing that come up to your mind? Maybe
Chocolate.
start with Kanghan. Chocolate?
Yeah, a piece of chocolate and then like a couple, men and women.
Mm,
Only just the first thing that can come into my head is like something that is sweetness, something that's sweet, like a couple, something like that. Yeah.
sweet things like sugar, maybe.
No, I mean like maybe yes, kind of.
Okay, so normally when we think of Valentine's Day, we'll think of something that related to love, sweetness, couples, flowers, something like that, right? But very few of us knows that Valentine's Day have a more tragic beginning or tragic background before it is what it's like nowadays. So I did a little brief research about the history of Valentine's Day. So I'm going to tell you guys what it's about, but I might have to, look at it a bit because I'm not the expert at this. Okay, so it was believed that during the reign of Emperor Claudius II, he banned marriage because he thought that the unmarried men would make the better soldiers. So, but there is a priest named Valentines. He thought that it was unfair and decided to carry on performing marriages for the others, but he kept all the ceremonies quiet. But eventually, he was caught one day and he got killed on February 14th. But there is some sweet love story behind before he got killed. So it turns out that he fell in love with his jailer's daughter, and before they kill him, he wrote one last letter to her and ending his letters with "From your Valentine." So that is why nowadays we, call each other my Valentine, or we ask the others, will you be my Valentine? So basically that is what happened, and now we have Valentine's Day, so 14th February.
Like
Yes.
I think like even it is like something very tragic, but in nowadays I think like the reason behind of like why we have to have this day is in order for us to know how like Saint Valentine really fight for us, like to have a marriage and like love story. Is it?
Yeah. So after you already listen to the history of the Valentine Day on February 14th, so let's come to the nowadays society. So nowadays society, what do you guys think about right now, like comparing from now to the past? What do you think about Valentine's Day?
Well, as I said before, Valentine's Day in the past was to celebrate it like how Saint Valentine's he sacrificed for us, but nowadays it is more like a day to express our love to our friends or family or even our couples. Yep, so that's kind of like a bit ironic about like how in the past it's quite sad and tragic, but now it's full of happiness.
Yeah. And I'm also think that it was really a few of us that like realized like the core of like why we have these days. Like more of the people doesn't like know the sacrifice, like how hard Saint Valentine have to fight for us, but instead they like for 14 February come, they like the first thing that come to his or her mind is like, I want chocolate and I want to express love and something like this. Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty good as I listening to. And one thing I want to asking all of you guys, also the viewers too. Um, I have a question that came up to my mind that do you think love have any influence in your life or not? Like does affect anything to you? Yeah.
Do you have any idea news? Like
Okay. So, well, I think it depends on how old we are, When we were little, I think like our feelings grow when our age comes up and, we know more, we learn how to love more. When I think like when we were little, all we said is, well, we love our mom, we love our dad. So our inspiration might be like to study hard, I guess. I think even now we're still loving our mom and dad, right? But there is more things that I believe you guys know the word puppy love, right? Yeah, I think we've all been through that, and I think it is when we're teenagers. It is I believe three of us, and there must be someone out there who likes to go to school to see their crush or someone they love. Yep. So I think it depends on how old we are and what influence us.
Yeah, and I want to add more from Neil. Like as Neil said about puppy love, I think like some beside from like a high school life, beside from studying really hard, I think like the essence of the high school, like something like that is like we have our crush and we want to wake up for it is some kind of like it is our emotion motivation in order to wake up and study hard because like we want to see like someone like our crush like walking in the corridors and like oh I mean like only see his or her face like completely good. I mean like not why you're laughing.
I think everybody agrees with what Kanghan said.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, I think it's quite as Phong and Gan has said, right? It's really good. I guarantee you that if you have someone that you love, or I don't want to say love, just say like crush, you like
Right.
someone, yep. And if you like, if you crush, say in the same at the same school at your school, so I think it might affect you pretty much. Because like for me, for my own experience, like long time ago when I was like 13 years old, yeah, around that, yep. And I have a like kind of a popular, right? And I think that really affect me and it very influenced me to wake up early, wake up in the morning, exercise and do some activities, study hard a lot for for I don't know how to explain it into a word, but I think it really affect us to do something and to making something good. Yeah.
Well, I think the feeling of when we have a crush or when we like someone, it's always hard to put in words to
Yeah.
describe it. But I think we also recall or remember our first heartbreak. It
Oh.
was like it was like um but actually all of the things we've gone through, it is something that it's like building up barriers for us, to to make us stronger, something like that. So from each experience, each love that we've gone through, it teach us at least some little things.
I also agree with you. Like I know that I don't want to say everyone because maybe some doesn't have one. So I would prefer to say, oops, wait a minute. Okay, so I want to prefer. I want to prefer to say almost everyone have a crush and probably most of them some part got rejected and heartbreaking. I know that it's really hard for them to like healing up their feeling, but I think that if you think about it like a lot, you will find out that if you even though you got rejected, but somehow you got something back, like you got a feedback from her or for him that okay, I need to do something more good, or I need to improve myself, or did I have any like mistake or not, or something like that. Yep.
But like I do want to add more from that. Like in some couple in Valentine Day or like in everyday life, we may see some news like in Thailand that some kids like girls lead to when their boyfriends like break his or her heart, they might lead to like something suicide. Yeah, the thing that I want to say is like I don't want you guys to take it so serious because puppy love is like just only on one part of your life. It's like will like fulfill your life if you use it in a better way. But it is like, but if you got rejected, right, don't decrease your self-esteem or like they told you something bad, because I think that you may find someone like who really love you in like the outside world even more than like the guy that you just met in like a high school life. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask you all of you guys, but I don't think we can answer this right now because we're still teenagers. But the question that I want to ask is, do you think puppy love and love when we are grown up are the same, or it's different?
Well, for me, I think it's totally different because I don't even want to call a feeling of love at this age a love, because we don't really know what it actually is. We're not fully grown yet. And maybe if we go out there and ask some of the adults, they might say love is sacrifice. Love is seeing the other one being happy, or something like that. Or yep. So I think that it is totally different because like once you're an adult, we have like more, how do we call it, more grown attitudes, something like that. So we'll so like as a teenager, we might not use as much of a reason to talk to each other that much, but as a adults, we might be more reasonable to talk to each other in like a relationship, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, and like I think like when we grow old, we have many factors that really influence our life. When we see kids, we don't have anything much to like. I mean, like the main goal of us is to like attend the universities, get a good grades. But when we grown up even more, we have like responsibilities, we have duties, and we have like many more factors that we have to think of it. Yeah, so I think it's kind of like in adult relationships, I mean like they have to think even more in like long-term thing. Don't I mean like for kids, I think it's kind of like only boyfriends and girlfriends, like a puppy love, like you have to talk to me like all the time, and it may like even lead to like something like bad like breakups. But for adult, it's not something like kids anymore.
I also agree with that. Uh,
Okay, so since North have been asking us a lot of questions, so I think maybe we should ask him some questions. So I I want all of us, but we're gonna ask North first. So I want all of us to share one of our most memorable Valentine's Day experience.
For me, or don't tell my mother or my father, okay? So
Like cannot
We
like
won't.
we cannot tell him. Okay.
and don't
It's a
send,
secret. It's a
don't
secret.
send
Between three
YouTube
of us
channel
and the
or the
audience.
link to
Yeah.
my family, okay? Or they will kill me.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, so the most memorable, right? Oh, dang.
Damn.
Is that hard? Come on.
Yes. Um, I bought like what's it called, like a doll, like rabbit doll, to my girlfriend. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and we after before the Valentine's Day, we go like shopping at the Siam Paragon, and we walking around and having some like moment together. Yeah, we go to many places and eat a lot of food, and yeah, I think that's pretty much for me because like um I quite like I don't know. I think I'm quite like a boring person. So I oops. Oh, oh. Okay. ตัดตรงนั้นทิ้งปุ๊บเอาใหม่3 2 1โอเคโฟกัส so I think that I'm quite a boring person. So like I like to walking around and eating, and if I found something interested, I just like going to go in that place and drag her with me. Yeah, and something like that. So I think the most memorable Valentine days for me is that moment, but I will not mention it when it is exactly. Yes. So I was like,
Last
how
week.
about what? So
No,
how,
nothing.
so how hey, so how about you guys?
Oh, your face is turning red already. Okay. Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on. So North doesn't keep getting shy. Okay. How about Kanghan? How about you?
Me? I'm kind of different with Noy because I don't have any boyfriends or girlfriends. I have like only a crush, a puppy love. But I think like the really memorable one is like for when in year 10, year 9. I think like I have a crush on one of my like senior, and like me and my friends just talk about it, and like I have to buy something for him because my friends also have a crush on like the senior that in the same room. But unfortunately when that day arrived, my friend's sick and have to admit to the hospital. and 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 I was like, everything like just gone so as and yeah, and everything was failed, and I have to look at him like just my crush, and I didn't like do anything even more. It's kind of sad but memorable though.
So what is the
And
outcome?
how about you, Neil?
About the outcome?
About the outcome, like when I'm in that grade, I'm kind of like a shy person, and I don't want to express love even more. I'm just like a little kid, so I'm so cute, and I don't want to express anything like I love you. No. I'm not kind of like that person. Like you don't want.
Keep cool. Keep cool.
Yeah, keep cool.
So how about you, Neil? We already share 2 of us already. So
Um,
turn now then.
So at least Nor you have a girlfriend, right? And Kanghan, you have a crush. But me, I am a person who have nothing, exactly nothing. So I'm just going to share one of the funny story that I used to. It 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 is like one of my funny experience during Valentine's Day. So I'm not sure if this is a tradition in other countries, but in Thai schools, you recall that heart stickers or red stickers that we used to put on our friend's shirt when we go to school. So the night, I would call it a Valentine's Day Eve. So the night before the Valentine's Day, my mom bought me a book, like a book of stickers for me to put it on my friends when I go to school in the other day. So on that okay, so in on Valentine's Day morning, I woke up and I take the book and put it inside my school bag. But when I went to school, I forgot to bring it out and stick it to my friends. So I was on my way back home sitting in the back of my dad's car. So I took that book out and stick it all over my shirt. I think it's something that all of us used to do. We put the stickers on our shirts, so it seems like everybody is putting stickers on us, but actually those stickers are from myself. I don't know if it's funny, but it's funny to me.
And since Neil, you said that you didn't have any like moment, right? So on Valentine days, you see a couple like walking together and like stay together, right? So what do you have anything to say with with them?
Actually, when I was younger than this, I I wish I know martial arts so I could like kick them in the butt because like it's you know Valentine's Day for a single person is just a boring morning with a lot of reds and a lot of flowers and a lot of chocolates all around us, but we don't have any of that. So it's a bit jealous.
Jersey something.
Yeah.
How about you, Kang Han?
Like I'm kind of like I don't really feel anything because to be honest, I don't want like girlfriends. I kind of like think it's yeah, I feel nothing toward them. I just see like someone walking and I got no interest in them at all. But in like the previous one, I want flowers. Then I talked to my friends about like I want temporary boyfriend to buy me a flowers. Yeah. I want temporary boyfriends to buy me out flowers and like just at the end of the Valentine Day just break up and like end. Yeah, just that. I just want a flowers to create a content. That all. That's it.
Content on your Instagram. Oh,
Yeah. Instagram, sorry.
All right.
it's making me.
Okay.
I'm blushing.
You're blushing because of our story or your story. Just tell us the truth.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of broad though. Everything is like everything in this world.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty broad.
Guys, North just can't hold back his smile right now. You see?
Yeah.
Okay, let's back to our content. So okay, so what do you guys define? Can you guys define the word love for yourself? What do you mean by love? For me, first for me, I think love is how you like express your feeling out, like not in an emotional ways, because that sometimes we don't really know, right? That okay, I give you like 100%, but maybe they or him or her this doesn't know about okay doesn't know that this guy or this woman give you 100%. So I would like to say that love can define as like for me I think it's like how you express in a physical way, like treat him, like take caring of him, like or her, like how are you doing today, are you tired or anything, are you hungry or something like that. Yeah, for me it's like how you express in a physical way, because if you keep it or you express it in emotional way somehow, that 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 man or that woman that doesn't like really know much. If you express it into like in a physical way, they of course can know that okay, I love you, something like
But like being different from North. I think like when it's come to the word love, not like is this a love that mother and father give to us, or like a love like yeah, father and mother give to us? It's kind of like don't have to express in like a physical way at all, because I think like it is not really necessary for them to tell like I love you, Gang Han, like I really love you. But I think like they can, for me, I can realize that how much love they give it to me. Yeah. So I think like yeah, but it's some kind of like it's made you feel bad sometimes that if they don't show any physical thing that love, but like sometimes we can send it, isn't it? Like it don't have to be only a physical thing at all.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, let's hear from another point of view, new another perspective.
Um, okay. So if you ask me at this age, I agree to what Kanghan said. It is something that we don't really have to experience or actually see some other people doing it for us, or us doing it for him or her. It would have some kind of like a bond between the two
Yeah,
people. Yep,
Mm.
that is how I define love. But you know, if we ask people with different ages what love is, they would answer total different things. If you ask a kindergarten kids, they might say doll. They might say they love their doll, they love their snack, something like that. But I think when we grow older, we would be able to define by ourselves what what love is for us. So yeah.
I think
Like, but oh, but maybe you first.
I think that the word love can define as many ways, but many ways. I didn't say that in my perspective is the correct way. I also agree with Kang Han and Neil that um, it doesn't necessary for us, or it doesn't really crucial for us to receive some physical thing like okay, how are you today, something like that. How sometimes we can send it by ourselves, like I know that you love me, yeah, something like that. And yeah, as I say that word can is pretty broad for the word love. So I think that the word love can define as many things that you think of it or you feel about it. Yep.
So I basically think like if we combine like the three of us ideas together, I think we can is was a very good definition of love. Like sometimes it don't have to be expressed in a physical way at all, but sometimes you have to say I love you
Yeah.
like before we don't have a chance to do so. Like I didn't mean that only in a kind of like a couple relationships, but in terms of like mother and father, because most of the time I believe that some of you may be like trying to say like I love you to your father or to your mother, but I strongly suggested that if you have a chance to do so, please do it. Yeah, and I think it's kind of like it's depend on each people characters because I'm not a really romantic person. So I think like to express love is not really through like a physical way at all. Yeah.
I want to add on more like is for me the word that I have said before that love is physical way, but I also want to add more that love doesn't necessarily need to be in a physical way. As Kang said again, I think that somehow you just need to balance it like in a physical way and other way too. Like I want to like give it the example for you. You have 50% for yourself. That you have 50% for yourself, and that person have 50%. Where like we come together, combine to make it 100%. It's not just like okay, I have 100%. That woman have 50%, and I will give it to her 50%, and I have 50% left. I didn't mean that one, but I mean that we need to share together, like experience together, caring each other, yeah, taking care of each other, something like that.
Yeah. And I strongly believe, and for at last but not least, is that I think the definition of love may be like varying from age to age, and it may vary even more from each of the person characters, and many more person like only from three of us. You may see that we also have like something different from like our Valentine Day, like something experience that vary among three of us. But to be honest, I don't want you to like confuse like why we have to have a Valentine Day, and I don't want you guys to think about only like for Valentine's Day we have to express our love even like in Valentine Day, but you can express your love every day, and don't forget about a Saint Valentine, that how hard he have to fight for us. Yeah. Do you guys have anything to add more at this point?
I don't think so. I think I'm okay with that.
Well, I do have something. So, as I mentioned, I don't really have a crush or a boyfriend, but I experience a lot from my friends having a boyfriend or in being in relationships and got heartbroken. So, being heartbroken doesn't mean that you'll not find a lover anymore. It might be because you can find some better person in your life. So don't be sad about it for too long. Crying, it's okay, you can always cry, but you couldn't cry because it is past, but you should smile because it at least it happened to you once you were with him or her, and once you were loved, you were like loved by someone, something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty much good. Yeah.
So I think that would be it from our podcast. And so this please remember that this is our last episode. So if you guys want to see us again or follow us, you could maybe go to our Instagram or social media. Maybe North could pop them up for us.
Yep.
At the end.
At the end,
Let's
I will
pop
pop
it here. Somewhere here. Somewhere here. Okay. So I think we all three of us worked really hard on this project, and we really hope that you guys enjoyed having us watching us having conversations with all the guests, and also by three of us alone. So
Thank you very much for watching us for the 4 or 5 video. I thank you very much.
So like I think it's kind of like a really great time, not only like for us and audience, but between three of us also. Like we have a chance to share something like I don't want to say that it is like the same opinion all the time, but the thing is that we have a different perspective, like but we kind of like live together in like communities or even in this world. So I think like being like some kind of like being different can bring us together. Yeah.
Okay, so that is for our last video. Thank you for watching us. I hope we can stay together again. Thank you.
Stay in touch.
Stay in touch. Take care of yourself. Bye.
Bye.